Hi, I'm Nathan, and today I'll be talking to you about my passion. My passion is karate. I started karate when I was in grade 1, and I've been doing it since then. When I started, I thought I just wanted a fun activity to do during lunchtime period, but after many years of doing karate, it became something much more. It became my passion. The style of karate that I do is called Wado Ryu. Founded by Otsuka Sensei in 1939, it is part karate and part jujitsu. The meaning Wado is open hand because there is no physical contact. The order of the belts is white, white with a red bar, red, red with a black bar, yellow, yellow with a black bar, orange, blue, green, brown, then black. I'm a brown belt because I've been doing it for so long, and I enjoy it tremendously. If you ask many people what karate looks like, they'll say it's like breaking concrete blocks with your head or killing somebody with one single punch. But it's not really that. It looks a little bit more like this. The kata I will be demonstrating is called Fugata. Fugata is the third kata that you will learn if you start Wado Karate. Here are a few of the basics. You may have noticed at the beginning and the end of that kata that I bowed. It is a show of sign of respect that we do all the time. Another way to bow at the beginning and end of class is called seizan, and I'll demonstrate it now. At the beginning of class, the sensei, or the teacher, will call ski, and everybody will run back to their ranks, which is from the lowest belt to the highest belt, moving front to back. For me, I would be further at the back of the class because I'm a brown belt. Ski means standing in place, relaxed but not moving. When he says down, we will put both of our hands in front of us and put our left leg behind, and then our right leg. While sitting down on the floor, both of our big toes will be on top of each other. Our hands, we'll put our fingers together, curl them, and our thumb on the first finger. That's how we do fists. We'll put them on our thighs. The teacher will say, breathe in and out. We will do that a couple of times. Then he will say, close your eyes. At this part, this is when we forget everything that is going on in our lives, and we just focus on our karate. So I will take you through what we do. He says, close your eyes, picture darkness, and nothing until you see a little white dot in front of you. Make it bigger until it's a giant white wall in front of you. Push your hands up against it and walk through it, and then you will be inside your white empty room. There's no doors, no windows. And then open your eyes. And then we will take our left hand and put it down on the floor with our thumb open, and then our right hand to make a triangle, and then we will bow. And at the end of class, we will run through the same pattern, except instead of going into the white empty room, we will leave it. Feeling nervous at the beginning of a class is perfectly fine, even if you've been doing it for a while. Sometimes you'll get called on to teach the class or do a certain exercise, but it's no worries. Teaching a class has no stress because everybody's class is their own. They'll try their hardest for themselves, not for anybody else. Here are a few exercises that we do at the beginning of every class to make sure we're warmed up so we don't get injured while doing karate. Right after when we're done sitting in seizen at the beginning of the class, we will do the splits. So we'll put our hands on the floor and spread our legs. Because it's the first stretch in the morning, we don't go too far. And we hold it there for 5 seconds. So I'll count in Japanese. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Then we'll turn to our left, which is in Japanese, hidari. Put our hands on both sides, make sure our knee is bent, our front foot's pointing up, and we'll slowly bring our shoulder down to our knee. Also counting to 5. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. We'll shake it out and go to the other side. The right side in Japanese is called migi. Same thing, bring our shoulder down. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Shake it out a bit, and then we'll go back to the center. The center in Japanese is chu. So we can spread it out just a little bit more until we feel the stretch. And then slowly, we'll walk our feet back and we'll stand up. Now, one of the exercises that we do before class is called reach and squeeze. So we'll go up on our toes and put our arms out. And we'll open our hands and then squeeze them really tight. And depending on how many people are in the class, the harder it is. Because each person has to count to 10 in any language they want while holding it up. If anybody puts it down, we have to restart at the beginning. So I'll count to 10 in Japanese, for example. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Koku, sichi, achi, ku, ju. Another exercise we do before class is push-ups. I'll do a few for example. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Now, the last exercise that we do, and probably everybody's least favorite, is called 6 inches, where we really work our stomach hard. So we roll up our sleeves and tuck our thumbs in our belt, and we lean back and force our lower back onto the floor. Then we'll bring both of our feet up about 6 inches above the ground, and we'll hold it there. And then bring it in and out, apart and together. And we'll do about 10 or 20 of these. Now, after all of our exercises, we'll do a bit of stretching, because without stretching, all of our muscles and tendons will be really tight. So we'll bring one of our legs in and reach for our foot with the other one. And we'll hold it there for 10 seconds. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, roku, sichi, achi, ku, ju. And then we'll switch sides. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, roku, sichi, achi, ku, ju. Shake out our legs, and then reach for both of our feet. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, roku, sichi, achi, ku, ju. After we're done stretching our legs, we'll also stretch our arms. So bring one of our arms in front of us and the other one to the side and pull across our chest. And then we'll do the same thing with the other one. Then we'll take one of our arms, bring it above us, and hold our elbow and push down behind our back. And we'll repeat the same thing for the other side. Beginner moves. The first thing that all white belts or beginners learn when they start Wado Ryu Karate is the 4 basic blocks. These 4 basic blocks are used in all of the katas, which are patterns. There's either variations of them or copies of them. I'll teach them to you now. So the stance that all these 4 basic blocks are in is called the Kibadachi stance. Kiba means horse, dachi means stance. To get into this stance, we will bend our knees, put our arms out in front with our right fist over our left, and step out to the left, and put both of our arms into the chamber, which is basically the horse saddle. We're pretending that we're on an invisible horse. Our feet are pointed straight ahead, while our fists are in the chamber. For each move, we will put our arms in the letter X, because these are blocks. And if we're blocking with our left arm, the left arm will be in front, but if we're blocking with the right arm will be in front of the X. I'll do one move at a time. 1, it's a low block with our left arm. It's exactly over our left knee. 2, the same thing, but on the other side. 3 is called a mid block. We'll put our arms in the letter X and go up to the middle. It almost makes a frame around our head. 4 is the same thing. 5 is called a high block. We'll put our arms up in front like this, and people compare it to an umbrella, because as soon as we reach the top, it flips and opens. The side of our wrist is facing straight up, and this is supposed to block anything that comes down that is trying to hit our head, or that will hit our head. 6, same thing. 7, we will take this arm and bring it down, and then we'll take our other arm, like we're saying hi, and we will bring it across our chest. And the last move, we'll bring this arm down, and we'll bring our other arm up, just like we're saying hi, and we will bring it across our chest too. That's called a cross block. And then to stand up, we will bring our left foot in, and our arms by our sides. The step and punch. The stance for the step and punch is either called a left Zenkurudachi or a right Zenkurudachi. I'll teach the left one first. So we will take our right leg and bring it back behind us, and we will be about shoulder width apart. Our front knee very bent so that we can only see our 2 front toes, the big toe and the second toe, and our foot is pointing straight ahead. Our back leg is completely straight, and our foot's pointing a bit off to the side. Our fists will be in front of us. Because my left leg is in front, my left fist will be in front. If it was my right, they would switch. Our elbows are tucked into our sides, and this is called the set position. For the step and punch, we will start with our fist out in front of us, parallel to the ground. The moves for the step and punch is we will turn our front foot out to the side, pointed that way. We will step forwards, and then both of our fists will switch positions. You'll notice that this fist is upside down. That's because right at the end of the punch, it flips. So because this fist is out, we will have a reverse motion. So our right fist will be upside down, upside down, upside down, and right at the end, both of them will turn. This is also how we will get a lot of power. So I'll give you an example. I will now demonstrate the first kata that white belts will learn. It is called Taki 1. The kata that I am now demonstrating is called Pinan Yodan. It is my favorite kata out of all of them that I have learned. This kata is called Seishan. It is all about power and slowness, but also speed and balance. It is one of my favorite katas because of how slow it starts off and then how fast it ends. This is the bow kata. As you can see, I'm holding something in my hands. That is the first weapon that I am learning to use. It is called the bow. As you can see, in all of these katas, I am not wearing my gi, which is basically my karate uniform. That is because I am not in the dojo, which is the karate school. The reflexes that you learn in karate teach you a lot about your reflexes that you need in life. You learn a lot of skills, techniques, and knowledge, and self-discipline. And all of these things are a must in your everyday life. Karate is all about respect, discipline, and kindness. And these are mandatory to become a black belt. Because if your sensei finds out that you are not a good person, or you don't have self-discipline and you use your karate against people, then he will not let you become a black belt. Black belts use their karate only when necessary and are looked down upon if they actually use them in public, unless for show. You may have noticed in some of the katas that I performed that I do a ki sound, or I'm yelling. That's actually me tightening my stomach, and we do that in every kata at least once or twice. It is to scare our opponent or our enemy, and it is a show that we do to show that we are tightening our stomach, and this move is the one that counts. I'm passionate about my karate because I've been doing it for a very, very long time. As you may know, I've been doing it for 10 years, since I was in grade 1. I've made many new friends there, some who have moved on from karate, and some who are still doing it today. I love the Japanese style, and I love teaching newcomers, either it be a little kid, someone my age, or somebody older. I learn many new things from teaching, and many questions that I wouldn't have thought of. Everyone should do something active like karate, because not only is it good for your body, but it's good for your mental health too. I learned many new ways how to move my body, balance-wise, motion-wise, and I've learned how to not hurt myself when doing a physical activity. I'm proud to be a martial artist. Thank you for listening.